record, and there's streaming. Alright, where's that on? Sort of last minute and kind of late, so I'm not sure that we're actually going to get anybody to watch, but that's fine. This fight's been stuck in my head a little bit, and I'd like to get it crossed off the list before the rest of the week. So we're gonna do just one fight today, and that's it, I think. All right. Okay, we are still gonna get people. Hi, Michael. Yeah, really fast one. I've had this fight stuck in my head. I've been noodling it with it for like in whatever free time I have the last couple of days. Want to go get it out of the way. I gotta have a busy week, and I would like to be thinking about some other different fight in the back of my head instead. Yeah, a lot of people have been hopping on and off this evening. This is gonna be kind of short. I'm like decently tired. And like I said, I only have one fight prepped, and I'm already pretty much there. It's the double just after this. We should actually... Let's clear out these trainers first. Actually, do you know what? Even before that. So the end of last stream, as a quick recap, we got to the Weather Institute, realized I needed an evolution item for... something. What needed the evolution item? Something needed an evolution, a prism scale. Oh, it was the Kingdra. That's what it was. And on the run back, I lost Corviknight, the first death of the run, to a counter Dreadnought. So now that we've done that run back once, it was so much fun. We're going to go do a second run back because I'm going to go cash in my EV egg. Just walking to the Weather Institute is like maybe the most fun thing to do in the game, so I'm like, why not do it 3 times, you know? That's true. I'm gonna do the best run back in the game one more time. This time, we're not gonna lose a Corviknight because it's already dead. So worst case, we lose something else. And this is... Let me check my egg notes. Lavarage itself is one of the egg encounters, I believe. Yeah, EV and Lavarage. We already did this one. So it'll just be the Grass Starter and Fortree. Okay, sweet. Had to do it twice? Had to do it thrice. Fly to Weather Institute because it'll be a new flight location, then switch back to one. Oh, dude, that's next level. Nobody would even notice, I'm sure, right? To be super stealthy. This is the one time we're going to allow speed up. Get this Eevee. Oh man, you didn't even think about what to call him. Dang it. Stevie. Stevie the Eevee. I mean the Jolteon. Does Eevee get anything it needs? Also, do you know what's really funny? So every time I go to type EI Dex into Google, so those of you who are unaware, I'm going to be unemployed really in the very, very near future, like either this week, next week, or the week after. So in Canada, whatever unemployment insurance is, it's EI here, employment insurance. So if I do EI Dex, we'll see that this comes up, right? If I hit enter instead, I get all of the search results for Canadian employment insurance benefits because I've been having to Google that a lot lately. So when I type this into the search bar, it's a 50-50 whether I get happy, fun ROM hacking business or like reminders that I'm about to be out without a job. It's very funny. But does Eevee get anything? I don't think Eevee gets anything unique. Refresh? I don't think we're going to be using... Yeah, okay, nothing here. Nice. Can just Thunderstone right off. It's actually looking to get into Canadian employment insurance. Oh, hot damn! If you need people to test giving money to, I know a guy. Thunderstone? Thunderstone. There we go. I could be a charity case for the right cause. Who died? I missed that stream. Right at the end of last stream, so we made it to Weather Institute. Realized I needed to go back to Verdant Turf to pick up a Prism Scale to evolve my Seadra. And on the run back to Winstitute, Corviknight got bodied by a sturdy counter Dreadnought from a fisherman on Route 118. And then that run back was actually a complete waste of time because at the start of this stream, we had to leave the Weather Institute again to go pick up this Eevee. We don't need Flash, we're just going to use T-Bolt. Very sad. Only Clodsires died to that. Oh, that's funny. I think I'd rather be... Oh god, I don't even know which of those two mons I'd rather be without. Those would both suck to lose. Thundershock. We don't need Thundershock. Oh no. Give up? Yes. Wants to learn Flash again. Oh, it's trying to learn Flash twice? We don't want Flash. Oh, we're trying to learn Tackle? We don't want Tackle either. Jesus Christ, this Jolteon has become the smartest Pokemon known to man. We do not want Pin Missile. We don't want Spikes either, that's an illegal move. Look at this. What? It just tried to learn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We didn't try to learn Helping Hand. Like, maybe we already know that. Pin Missile, Spikes. But we tried to learn Flash twice, as shown here. That was really funny. Oh, man. Jolteon learning all the moves in the universe. I'm just going to give it Hidden Power now, because the day's going to come that it's going to need it, I'm sure. It's not going to need it now. Can never be too careful with Flash. We need T-Bolt and Volt Switch. You know what also may be good? While we're here, I think this Wordier knows... Yeah, it knows HP Electric still. I noticed that in the calcs. So I'll just replace that with Thunderbolt before I forget that it can learn it also. Shadow Ball... Just get this Jolteon stack with some nice filler moves. I know it gets Detect at some point. I didn't know it got detected till I saw it in Brawl Extreme a little earlier tonight, which is super convenient. Also, if you hear some chatting in the background, my wife is playing Satisfactory with her sister. So, don't mind the chatter. It's purely optimizing conveyor belts. Could never be good, I'm sure. Oh, now he can actually use the, His Jolteon's learned so few moves. Not that. Although we actually probably do need to change the nature. I didn't look at its original nature, but we're going Modest. And then let's go set to level cap. Alright, and we'll wait on the Grass Egg. I think there's this double, if I'm not mistaken. There's the double Shelly. Okay, yeah, double Shelly rival. And then we get to hatch our Grass Egg before Winona. Probably not coming to Winona, whatever it is, because it's a Grass Egg, but maybe. Alright, now we gotta do the run back of fucking Doom, Death, and Destruction. You know that meme from Interstellar where the guy's like, this little maneuver is gonna cost us 41 years or whatever? This little maneuver has already cost us exactly 1 Corviknight. Let's hope that's all it costs. It was this guy. For any future runners who are concerned. Decidueye just feels bucky. I think Decidueye would be one of the ones that would be the most interesting. I think I would be happiest with Decidueye. Sceptile's pretty cool. I know it gets that Mega, which would be fun. I don't have either. I don't have any Mega-able starters. Well, that's the Spheal noise. Oh, Brawlic! Goodness, thank you very much for the raid. Sick line on the Archie, by the way. I know there's a ton of people talking in chat all at once, but that was awesome. That line is where I learned the Jolteon got Detect, and now I have a Jolteon, and I'm excited for the Detect. Thank you for the raid. You're getting right up to the end of the game there, dude. I'm getting really excited for how many E4s we're gonna get. Like, we just had Toaster, we're gonna have you and Michael, like, not that long, it's not far off. Really excited. So for all of the viewers who have not been listening to me rant about this run back, a little bit of context. Tonight we're going to be doing just the Weather Institute double. I've had it stuck in my head for a couple days. I got to go to bed before too long, so I don't have anything else to cook. But I've been struggling with this fight. Brolic gave me a piece of inspiration, which was, what if you fake out the Armaldo on turn 1 to buy a turn? And that led to some really good ideas. So you're in good company, because Brolic has contributed to this line existing. We're on a quest for vengeance, so we've walked to the Weather Institute. This is the third time. The first time, everything was fine. The second time, I had to go back and get a Prism Scale to evolve a Seadra, and on the way back, I lost a Corviknight to a sturdy counter Dreadnought random fishing trainer. Deeply upsetting, and it was actually for nothing, because I started the stream by having to fly back once again. For sure doing it on a weekend. I don't think I'll have time to finish plans by the week this week, and next weekend I'm already booked. Oh man, so it might be a little bit out. Okay. This is the goat. I am deeply excited for potential Love Disc lines. Okay, so in order to not lose to random trainers again, let's... Poke a Ruby? No. Thank you. Let's go take a look at what's in the Weather Institute. Actually... we probably should. I should be safe. Dang it. Indoor. What route even is this? 121? No. It's like 118? Is this considered a dungeon? You know what? We can show Pori map. This is what Pori map looks like. This is where you go to read what trainers are where when you can't remember. Dungeons? Weather Institute. And it's not alphabetical because that would be too easy. Aqua, okay, Aqua Hideout. Ugh. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna Google Mons if they have Sturdy. I have to walk through one of these two trainers. We're gonna walk through this one. Lost your tank the last time you got here. Okay, I would have rather lose the Corv than the tank. Maybe that's controversial. I've been super big on Tinkaton. This should probably just die to Aura Sphere, right? It's a Sharpedo. 2 Mons you're confident in. Oh man, okay, so good thing that you're buying yourself a couple weeks planning then, huh? I think I have 3 Mons locked in already. I got a 4th that's kind of on the border. I have 1 Flex slot, and I have 1 Mon that needs to do something for Glacia, which might also end up eating the Flex slot. Okay, so it is right there. I may be a little preemptive in the Elite Four planning, but it's going to take me literally a full month to plan it if I don't start kind of early. Alright, what Mons are we bringing? Tinkaton. Again, happy to have this still over Corviknight. Every time I'm like getting a little sad about the Corviknight, it's like, you know what? It could have been a Mawile, it could have been the Tinkaton. It could be worse. We'll be fine. Most people take a Marill in that route anyways. Where is my Cerulege? Is it on the squad already? Yeah, okay. Jolteon also on the squad. I'm gonna get this in the same order as my notes, make it a little bit faster to check. We are bringing Meganium. Thank goodness. I was really happy to have a Meganium for this fight. I feel like my box was a little bit less equipped for this than others that I've seen. Or at least recent ones that I've seen. Which is why I ended up having to brainstorm some ideas with some folks. Because the opening line to try to bait Machamp properly, because I have nothing that can one-shot it, made things a little bit tricky. Don't have a strong Dragon or Fairy. I need another one, I think. Dang. Is there anything on Meteor Falls that like is considered a miss? I think most of that, unless you're going for uniques, most of Meteor Falls is like awesome, right? Oh, Pupitar, shit. Yeah, okay, that's not so good. Everything else is probably okay, I imagine. I guess the 2% Jirachi not the best, and then you just gotta dodge Pupitar. Meg Mortar, that is an exciting one. None of the Mons that I'm currently have locked in have been champed yet, which is kind of exciting, so read my mind and don't champ the Mons that I want to bring. One of them is Mawile. Alright, I gotta give this Tink an Akka Berry. So a lot of the berries are going to end up being, or I guess a lot of the berries, a lot of the items What do we have this item doesn't matter. A lot of the items are going to be just hedging against getting hit by some random Machamp move that would be bad. Except for this Jolteon, which we are building the line kind of around getting this Jolteon in safely to get a particular one-shot. And Meganium, because Meganium is sufficiently thick that Soup can tank some hits. Soup can tank all the hits that it needs to. But most other things are getting random resist berries. Pasho is water, yeah. And Gyarados is getting Wakan. Because there is a Thunder Punch on the field, and there's a non-zero chance Gyarados is going to come in at some point with Machamp still alive, so overabundance of caution. I'm worried about Drake again. Yeah, dude. So, what I've seen is the hot new tech from Michael, from Brawlic, from I think Muffins. There have been a bunch of people going for it. Are the Love Disc sweep strats. So if you can pick yourself up a Love Disc, maybe you're also a Love Disc strats enjoyer. I'm not sure. This does have Willow. That's the only thing it needs. We got Magnet, T-Bolt, Volt Absorb, and Volt Switch. Meganium is the same Meganium as always with Fairy Feather. We got Pasho, some U-turn and some moves. Gyarados does not need any move changes either. Man, that's a little concerning. I think we're ready to go. Let's go stand in front of the fight and do another scroll through for the sake of sheet. Love this sweep is a crazy kid sentence. So you think that? You got to go watch some of the replays of just how crazy it is. When Michael was initially looking at it, not to throw you under the bus, Michael, I was just in the conversation at the time. All of us were like initially skeptical. I don't remember who suggested it initially until started specking the fight out, and I was like, hang on a second. The Love Disc actually does just annihilate like at least half of this fight by itself? Hang on. Really cool. Save importer is down, so we're not going to be doing any save importing. Most of these mons are pretty close to what I have in here anyways. We'll make the little adjustments as needed. These are the same tabs I've had open all day, making tweaks. Okay, Adamance, Mode Breaker, we need Fake Out and Gigaton. Will-O-Wisp, Flash Fire is great. Magnet, Modest. So the Jolteon has an unfortunately really difficult decision that it has to make going into this fight. Or if it's Modest, it can't outspeed Matt's Greninja, or not Matt, whoever has the Greninja, it can't outspeed the Greninja. And if it's Timid, it can't one-shot the Mecha Hydreigon. What the fuck is that mon called? Iron Jugulus, this thing. So we have decided it is more important to us. I don't remember which direction I was going. It is more important to us to one-shot the Mecha Hydreigon than it is to want to outspeed the Greninja. That's the game plan. Brock just set it with Love Disc and sacked it eventually. Yeah, see, this is like perfect. He did skill swap Love Disc. Oh my god. That is really cool. Saved love off principle. I respect that. I should have mentioned before this fight starts. So based on the doc that I'm looking at, I'm expecting this Machamp to be on the right-hand side of my screen, and Armaldo to be on the left-hand side of my screen. And if that is not the case, we're just going to do the turn 1 reset due to bug. But that's the plan. Pyro Iron Bundle. Oh, man. Double kill is always a very exciting way to start a doubles fight, and it usually leads to chaos in turn 2. So out there, I think there have been 4 doubles so far, and this is the 5th one. This is the closest double for me to being freestyle. I'm not sure how many of those of you who are here now were here for my sand double over the weekend. That was like picture perfect, 0 risk, AI is killing its own Excadrill, it's given us free, like, it was an amazing piece of work. Thank you, Brolic. This is easily the least locked in stone, shall we say, of the doubles that I have done so far. Because I think my box just doesn't line up quite as well into this one as it has into others, so we're going to make it work. So the key that made this plan actually start to work, this is what Brolic's suggestion was, rather than killing the Armaldo right away, because Gigaton Hammer one-shots the Armaldo, brings out the Iron Jugulus. What if instead of doing that right away, you buy yourself like 1 turn of breathing room with Fake Out first? Because I don't strictly need it. Neither of my mons are dead to theirs, because the tank outspeeds the one-shots the Armado, so Cerulege is always fine. But does it potentially make the line work better? And the answer is that it makes the line work a lot better. We burning Machad? We are burning Machad, yep. This Machad is going to sit there, and we're going to hope that it doesn't get us too wrecked. So the damage off of Tink and Cerulege here really doesn't matter. They're both not going to be on the field for very long. Tink has an Akka Berry in case the Machamp randomly goes Fire Punch on it first. Because getting hit by 2 crit Fire Punches is pretty bad. We can tank the 2 Drain Punches, and that's not too bad. So Tink just needs to survive this turn, hence why it's got the Akka Berry. Cerulege can only be hit by Thunder Punch, which is what gets this to be a free switch into Jolteon. We're setting up for Jolteon to one-shot the Iron Jugulus. Because the plan, depending on where... There are going to be a lot of random attacks. This is sort of the problem with leaving this Machamp here, is it's just going to hit stuff, and we're going to have to kind of pivot around what ends up taking too much damage. There's the Akka Berry coming in clutch. It's fine if Tink gets burned here. It's going to be switching out next turn anyway. That Aura. That ability is scary. Whew. Stevie the Jolt. Yep, Stevie the Eevee, I mean Jolteon. So depending on where the Machamp randomly attacks here and with what, it's actually, now that the fact that it got the Fire Punch into burn here is a little unfortunate because it should be Fire Punching into Tinkaton. It might be Drain Punching into Tinkaton, that would be better. Gyarados looks like it's a super sweet switch here, and it is. We're actually going to go Meganium, even if this is a Fire Punch, because we need the priority move to be able to break... Where is the... This Starmie has a Sash, and it'll get a Thunder off if we go Gyarados, because Jolteon can't one-shot it through Sash. Meganium has Triage for sort of infinite speed. We do tank any Fire Punch here. We're not as happy about it, though, so we'd prefer the Machamp to Drain Punch. And then Jolteon is just going to sit here and shoot the Iron Jugulus. Jolteon shouldn't get hit here because the Machamp in this world is going to see kills on Tinkaton. Would have much preferred Jolteon to just switch in on a Thunder Punch and Tink have higher health, so we were less likely to get our Meganium Fire Punched here, but you don't get to pick whatever you want. Oh, it goes for Thunder Punch! Okay, so I guess he saw Killing Rolls with everything. That's actually great for us. And we don't see the Paralysis, which is also really nice. Meganium being a tanky monster is we're going to lean on that super hard for this fight. So here, the line also kind of split 2 ways. We're always going to go for a Giga Drain on the Starmie, make sure our Meganium gets topped off. If Jolteon had gotten attacked last turn because Tink had higher health, we'd end up having to Volt Switch it out because it'd be dead to rolls of Drain Punch. Jolteon can always take 1 Drain Punch though, so we can sit here and T-Bolt with it for now. We will be bailing as soon as Jolteon gets poked once by this Machamp. But we're not in any great hurry. Now that the left side is gone, I'm not as worried. Alright, so this does mean that Jolteon will be switching out on the next turn via Volt Switch. Look at that burn recovery. So the fact that that's Drain Punch specifically means that T-Bolt, so if we look at, where is my Modest? Nope, wrong one, where's the Machamp? Modest Volt Absorb Magnet. Okay, so this T-Bolt does Mineral 79, and Meganium, which does outspeed, Machamp is slow. Meganium Fairy Feather Modest Mineral Dazzling Gleam. This is not enough to guarantee one shot. So 193, 209. And that's not it's not super likely that you get Mineral, but if we do, Jolteon is dead. And that is like totally unacceptable. So because Jolteon is the one that got randomly attacked there, we're gonna have to pivot Gara on this turn. Yeah, Mega Machamp, like Machamp is slow as heck. Mega Machamp is faster. It's faster enough to be very annoying, but I think it's actually the actual surprise here might be that Meganium kind of sneaky fast. Like base 80 is not bad. That was a really nice roll, Dazzling Gleam. So the Machamp would have been dead, but you know, we'll be careful.
That's what I said.
We do get a bit of a perk here, though. So if we take a look at our Meganium into Greninja, this is doing 132. We would like to get Cinderace in. We need to get Cinderace in against Ogerpon, ideally, because U-turn does almost all of its health. So if we can safely kill the Machamp with Dazzling Gleam now, AI should go Greninja on the Meganium rather than Ogerpon, because Ogerpon actually does very, very badly into Meganium. Greninja at least sees that it can get there with Ice Beam 2-shot. So 132 was... Oh, this is the being tired. What am I calcing? Mineral Giga Drain? Yeah, 132. So if I go look at my Cinderace, I do not want to click U-turn because I need to stay in. I do not want to click Pyro Ball because I don't have Wide Lens. I have a Pasho Berry, and Sucker Punch doesn't quite kill. That's fine. That means we're staying in with Gyarados for now. Getting that double attack. Gyarados also sneaky fast, which is convenient. So this Greninja is going to try to start Ice Beaming my Meganium. We're going to just sit here and Giga Drain it. And then a Gyarados, I think the best move from what I remember is Aqua Tail. Yeah. Which should 57... 189. Yeah, okay, so the Greninja is always dead to this. Meganium might drop low, but it'll be fine. Freeze would suck, but it's also okay. Dodge the freeze, alright. So all we're looking for is that this Ogerpon, we don't want it to be using a water move into Gyarados. Ideally. It actually should be fine even if it does. If I go to my Cinderace, which is somewhere over here. Cinderace is on a Pasho Berry. Can it tank crit Ivy Cudgel? Ah, it can only take some rolls of Ivy Cudgel. It should never be going for this on Gyarados anyways. It should be Horn Leech or some other random move that has perks when Ivy Cudgel is both lowest damage and really doesn't. But this might be into Meganium. What is my health? 90. And again, Meganium is super duper safe. Okay, so it's not seeing kills into anything, so it's probably either play rough into Meganium or one of any of these three bottom moves into Gyarados. We're gonna just start chipping away with Giga Drain rather than Dazzling Gleam. It won't affect the kill threshold when we're doing U-turning, but it will make our Meganium just a little bit safer. So we're gonna go hard Cinderace on the Gyarados slot, which should be perfectly safe. It should never be Ivy Cudgel into Cinderace here, and we live everything else. Yeah, Horn Leech into Cinderace is fine. Draining Kiss is more healing, but I do actually want the damage. Because I would like, in an ideal world, I would like the Ogerpon to be dead to this U-turn. Which should be high 7, yeah. High 60s into the high 70s. So the Ogerpon might die here, it might not. If it doesn't die here, that's fine. We're gonna go back into Gyarados. Because Cinderace's slot should be taking the Ivy Cudgel now. But with that Giga Drain damage, this is why we're clicking Giga Drain twice for the damage. Good to go with the Cinderace U-turn. Alright, happy to get out of that one, okay. Meganium put in work by being thick and infinitely fast. How does Drain Kiss do more? Do I not know basic mechanics? Oh, like heal more? I don't know. Let's see. Draining Kiss is 50%. I think Giga Drain is a quarter. Giga Drain Smogon? Half HP loss rounded down. Is Draining Kiss all of it? Ah, 3/4. Yeah, Draining Kiss 3/4. 75%. Somebody faster than me in chat. Huh. Alright, that is it. We're not going to be doing the Shelly at the end of this hallway. Do we have to fight this guy? We maybe have to fight this guy. Let's fight this guy so I don't have to worry about him tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. I'm probably not streaming again until the weekend, but I like this plan. So we have a safe walk. Thank you, thank you. Mighty Anna doesn't get counter, right? Alright, not necessarily the most locked in doubles line I've ever had, but that's okay. Happy enough with how that went. And again, thank you, Rollick, for the suggestion of just, does buying a turn at the beginning make the line any easier? The answer was, yeah, it makes the line way easier. It just guaranteed that the Iron Jugulus went down for free, which was awesome. Crobat. Probably Gyarados is maximum safe. These mons are like concerningly high-leveled, Iriv, for quote-unquote free trainers. VGC always looks fake. Yeah, I can imagine. I never played VGC at all, so like I can recognize that a free turn is free. I've made lots of use of fake out in the previous doubles. But for whatever reason, I wasn't looking like I needed a free turn there because I could just kill the Armaldo, so the turn was already free. But what actually needed to happen is to just slow down the game by exactly one turn action, and that's what opened it up as much as was needed. For the Incineroar. Alright, let's just run back to safety. And I think that's going to do it. I'm going to go prep Shelly before next stream. I'll probably prep Shelly and also Dawn before next stream. So we can get to, at least get to Fortree, hatch our Grass Egg, go catch that Kecleon on the other side of the Fortree. Although Winona doesn't look that hard. So maybe I'll just wait to stream till the weekend and we'll do the rest of Winona Split. And I know there's a ton of encounters after Winona. That should be fun. And I have a lot of stuff for the Rain Route. So I'm kind of excited to try to play in the Rain Route, except for this double. Because those are always a bit of a doozy. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up. So thank you very much for attending this like 50-minute, rather short, rather single-minded stream. Let me just pop a save just in case. Are the Creator Winona Bladders and Winona Split there? Oh, I forgot. I could do those even before Winona, can't I? Are those in Badge 7? They aren't. Oh, there we go. They're in post Winona Split in this sheet. I'm not sure if I'll do these before or after Winona. That's a great thing though. Worth looking into though. Because like the choice items might be super sweet to have for Winona, so I might prioritize this. Because I don't think Winona gives me anything of note. There might be like TMs or whatever that aren't listed here in this sheet, but probably nothing as good as the choice items. I don't currently have any megas for these. Substitutes banned. I don't have any megas for these. Oh! Earthquake? Hot diggity. Alright, that's pretty sweet. Also banned. Yeah, we'll see. Never defeat Ire of 24? The goal was to try to switch roast Ire of 24, right? The problem... we discussed this, I think, a little while back, where nothing here has absorbing AI or U-turn. So it'd have to be a forced Hazmat odds, and those only being 50% means I think we probably aren't going to switch roast Iriv, but it would be funny. Oh man, the Dragon Dance on this T-Tar is a little scary, a little spooky. Alright, in any case, I won't just sit here and stall stream for too long. However, what I will do, There's this nice gentleman that I was chatting with for, I don't know, not very long. He's not quite in the Discord yet. Oh no, is he wrapping up? He might be wrapping up. It was like a guy who had just started his like first ever Nuzlocke run of this game. But I think he's signing off for the evening. Dang it. We were gonna pass a raid. Alas. Well, for something completely different, somebody who does do the occasional blind run and bun stream is not currently, but does occasionally do the blind run and bun streams. He's been hanging out in my chat occasionally, named Secret Gastrodon, who I have been enjoying her streams. I'll pass everybody over there, because I feel like not putting a raid in is not doing your job as a Twitch streamer correctly. And as Michael and I keep going back and forth about, we are now professional Twitch streamers. So I feel like that is a necessary part. Again, I never remember when exactly the raids kick in, so thank you all for watching this fight. I'll probably won't be doing any other streams till the weekend, then I'll send a message in the Discord when the next one's coming up. Hopefully we get right to Winona, if not through Winona. Okay, Gastro. And otherwise, have a wonderful evening. And be nice to Gastron, even though they aren't playing Pokemon right now.